everybody, how are y'all doing? I am doing great, thank you for asking. Today I am off and I have to go run some errands. I slept for 12 hours last night, almost 12 hours, because I was exhausted and very jet lagged. If you do not follow me on any social media, then you will be completely oblivious to the fact that I went to Rome over the weekend. I didn't vlog it because none of the other flight attendants wanted to come exploring with me, so I was gonna be by myself, and the only bag that I had was this one, which usually is no big deal, but I was going to be by myself, and this is a very expensive brand new camera, and I did not want to risk somebody cutting my bag open and stealing my camera. So I did not vlog anything, I'm sorry. Also, it was my first time there, so I just really wanted to enjoy it because I did take a year of Italian in college and I studied ancient Greece and ancient Rome. I'm a huge history freak, and Rome has been on my dream destination list for years. I really just wanted to be able to enjoy it. I did take a lot of pictures though, so be sure to follow me on Instagram so that you can see all of those. And I did Snapchat a lot of it. So if you do not follow me on Snapchat, then that was essentially my form of vlogging it. So you missed out by not following me on Snapchat. So what happened is I was sitting OPR, the afternoon OPR on Friday. There was only 2 of us left, scheduling calls, both of us for a Denver recrew. Now, I was trying to pull up the information for this Denver trip. This other guy was at the computers next to me, and he was like, yeah, no, they put block holders on it. I'm like, well, scheduling hasn't told me that yet. I go to head up to the gate, and I run into the other OPR girl, and she said, yeah, no, they just called me, and we're not doing Denver anymore. Okay. When I was trying to pull up the Denver trip information, I saw that Rome was on the board. I want to go to Rome. I haven't been there yet. So I call scheduling back, and I'm like, so now that I'm not going to Denver, can I go to Rome? It's still on the board, I see it there. And she goes, I don't know, hold on, I think they're doing something else with that. I'm like, no, that's my trip. And so she comes back, she goes, yeah, they've got a different plan for that. I'm like, well, are they calling reserves out? She goes, no, they're just gonna give it to block holders that are already at the airport. I'm like, great. She goes, but sit tight because you'll probably end up going somewhere. And I go, well, can you do anything, everything in your power to send me on a transatlantic, because I really want to go somewhere international. She goes, I'll see what I can do. Well, so then I go back and I'm just keep refreshing the board to see if they're filling the positions. And after about 5 minutes, scheduling calls me and she goes, well, you're going to Rome. I'm like, yes, yes. I was so excited. So I got to go to Rome. It was a very long flight. It was 8.5 hours on the way there, and it was a little over 10-hour flight on the way back. It was a very, very long flight, but it was amazing. It was so amazing. But I didn't get to go to the Vatican. I was okay with that because I told myself, look, I'll just bring my mom. My mom and I can come over the summer and we'll come for a couple days, and then we can just spend a whole day in Vatican City. Yes, that was my weekend. And yesterday I was so tired, and that is why I ended up sleeping for 12 hours last night. I was so worried that seeing some of the stuff, especially the Colosseum, because I had studied it and because I had seen it in movies and on in pictures and everything, I was really worried that I would be desensitized to it, that when I saw it, I wouldn't actually be as in awe of it as what I should be. And no, it was everything and more that I was expecting it to be. I actually lost my breath for a few moments when I first saw it. It was phenomenal. I got to check another city off of my list, add another country, and got another passport stamp. So it was a great weekend. I am going to go open a post office box, a P.O. box, so that you guys can send me stuff if you want to. I've had more and more people asking if I have one, and I don't, but I already reserved it online, and now I just have to go and basically get the key for it. And I have to work out and do some groceries and meal prep, and that is what today looks like. It's been a while since I had a vanity plate in my vlog, but here we go. It's back. All right guys, just real quick before I run into the gym and work out, But this is it. Oh, wrong side. This is it. This is my P.O. box. I got one. I will put this in the description down below. Y'all can send me mail now if you want. I never really thought that people would want to send me mail, but I had a lot of people asking. My hair is just woof. No, but I've had a lot of people asking lately, so I went and did it. Got myself a P.O. box now. What is up, everybody? I am in San Francisco now, and I have never had the long San Francisco layover. I have had the short San Francisco layover probably at least a dozen times. That just means that we don't stay in the city, so I never had time to do anything and wasn't close enough to be able to do anything. Anyway, I still don't even really have very much time because I slept for most of the layover, but there is an In-N-Out here, and it's right next to Fisherman's Wharf where all the seals are, or Pier whatever, 4139, I don't remember what it's called, but there's a bunch of seals over there, so you better believe I'm going. I'm gonna go see the Golden Gate Bridge real quick, and then I'm gonna have to come back here and get ready to work the red eye. I slept for the majority of the layover because yesterday ended up being a 15-hour duty day. I don't think we got to our rooms here until like maybe 3 o'clock in the morning East Coast time. Yesterday was only supposed to be a 12-and-a-half duty day. All we were supposed to do was an Orlando turn and then fly out here to San Francisco. But if you are completely unaware, there was a bunch of weather in the southeast of the United States, and there's also weather in the Midwest as well. So that affected air travel like crazy. We were delayed a half hour getting to Orlando because our ramp at Charlotte closed because there was a tornado watch, and then we were delayed leaving Orlando because apparently Atlanta air traffic control, that tower was evacuated because of a tornado. If you didn't know, so like because of how close Atlanta and Charlotte are together, our planes coming from the south have to fly through Atlanta air. So the Atlanta air traffic control also kind of controls Charlotte air traffic. That's to my understanding of it. I might be wrong, but to my understanding, I know that we do have to kind of fly through Atlanta air traffic, so it makes sense that they would have to kind of approve and clear those planes as well. But anyway, so nobody was in their tower, which meant that we didn't have clearance. There was nobody to communicate with, so we were on a ground hold in Orlando. And then when we got to Charlotte, because of how many planes had been delayed and then cleared to fly back to Charlotte, a bunch of planes were all landing at once, and we only had one runway open, which meant that planes weren't able to leave as fast as what they normally are, which meant that there were much more planes on the tarmac and at Charlotte Airport than we have gates for. So when we landed in Charlotte, we had to wait an hour for a gate. Then we had to quickly run over to our San Francisco gate and fly out here, which we had to be rerouted around some storms, and that added like over an hour to our flight time. Our San Francisco flight ended up being like 6.5 hours. Anyway, I've been rambling on for 5 minutes now, so I'm going to head out. I'm also very hungry, so I'm gonna try to get to In-N-Out as fast as I can. It's supposed to be like a 40-minute walk, and I'm gonna see if I can do it in 20. We'll see how that goes. I actually got two. I got one for now and one for later, since I know I won't be able to sleep before the red eye. How sick is this mural? That is Janis Joplin. Ah! So sick. Do you see that? Right there? About to get me a double animal style. I'm so excited. I get a double and an order of fries, animal style? Guys, it started raining. And I have an umbrella, but I also picked up a new hat. I am at Pier 39 now, and I'm walking out to see the seals, which all of the other seals are way out there. And I look over and we've got these two guys that are just chilling by themselves. Like really hard, so I didn't make it to the bridge or to see any pretty houses or to the Walt Disney Family Museum. My van time is in like 2 hours, so I'm just moseying around here. I was getting ridiculously cold. I don't remember if I mentioned or not, but I wasn't really packed right for this layover, because when I got it, I was looking at the weather for yesterday, and the weather for yesterday did not call for rain. And the weather today did, and obviously it did start to rain. These were the shoes that I packed, and the jacket that I wore to Rome. If you follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen the jacket. That's the only jacket that I brought, which it was fine. With this shirt, sup Gryffindor, with this shirt and this jacket I was fine for the most part, because you know I had jeans on too. But when it started to rain, then I got really cold because my feet got wet and cold. Like I had a hat and an umbrella too, so I was fine, but my feet, oh, this one's starting to dry up. Okay, this is like what color it's supposed to be. So yeah, my feet got pretty wet, and now I'm trying to just dry these before I have to pack them up here in a little bit. I'm pretty bummed that I didn't get to see some stuff, but it is kind of my own fault for sleeping in as long as I did, but I desperately needed it. Until my van time, I'm going to just relax for a little bit, and then like I said, get ready and work the red eye back. I love getting red eyes. Red eyes are rough, like they're really hard to work, but I do like getting them right before I have days off, because especially if the red eye is, our duty period starts after midnight, because then we're off the rest of the day once we land. If our duty period starts before midnight though, then we do end up going back on call. I don't know why, it's just the way it works. But I will be off, like we land at 6 something in the morning East Coast time, and then I'll be off the rest of the day. And then I'm off Saturday and Sunday, so I basically just have an extra day off, which, who am I kidding? I'm gonna end up sleeping the first half of tomorrow until noon probably. And then I think I'm going up to Mooresville. I'm gonna take a nap now for an hour. It's 6:54 right now, so I might sleep for an hour and then get ready and go work the red eye back to Charlotte. Yep.